Going live. This is David with Patch 21, and you're listening to Patch Turned Up here in our Facebook Live studio in Spencer, West Virginia. Today, we are joined by Joe, and this will be Help Desk with Joe, episode 46. So we're racking up some big numbers. And thank you for listening to this show as we bring you a lot of good stuff in this episode, in this podcast series, making sure that you tune in for more of our podcast information and music. And as we get started, we have with us, as always, Justin in the studio as well. So it's a snowy day outside, gentlemen, but we're on episode 46 and making things happen.
Yeah, it's a little chilly out this morning, but not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. So we got some stuff going on today. Joe, start us off with our news updates. As always, if you're not familiar with this show and podcast, you give us 3 news updates, and then today we have a product review.
Yeah, and actually we're going to switch things up, and you're actually going to give the review today.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to hear your review on that.
Yeah. So, interesting stuff. So let's get started. You got us an update on Apple TV.
Yes, so I know a while back we discussed Apple TV Plus, their online streaming service, that Apple was going to extend that free trial to November of last year. Well, Apple is extending it again. So if you are a subscriber and you got the free year trial of Apple TV Plus when you purchased a new Apple TV device, guess what? You are getting it. Your free time is going to be extended again. So according to 9to5Mac, Apple's extending its free year-long trials of its TV Plus service to customers until July of this year. The trials were originally included with the purchase of any Apple device, an iPhone, iPad, Mac, or Apple TV, and were initially set to last until November of last year. The second extension, with the first extending from November 2020 to February 2021, subscribers who had free subscriptions were also set to expire anytime from February to June of this year. They'll also get the extension until July. This extension comes in the wake of production delays. So only one of the shows the service launched with, named Dickinson, has had its second season premiere, while others, like For All Mankind, The Morning Show, and See, are still waiting for their second seasons to come out.
Really?
Yes.
I don't have Apple TV. Justin, do you have any? I know you got an iPhone. I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean you have Apple TV, but...
Nope.
Okay. Well, we're not do you have Apple TV, Joe?
No. And actually, I kind of forgot. Cena just bought a new iPhone a while back, and she could sign up for it.
So it doesn't affect the 3 of us, but for people out there, what kind of real impact is that going to have?
Well, if anybody likes their service and didn't want to pay for it, you're welcome.
Okay.
So Apple's original plan was to extend the service due to COVID-19.
Right.
And then now they're extending it because of inability to push out new content due to the production delays because of COVID-19.
Gotcha.
And it's surprising me, Dave. I figured at this point, here we are, January 2021. I was hoping that COVID would be kind of out, at least our show, because I just feel like kind of a spinning my wheels. That's all we've talked about in the last year.
Yeah. I remember when you first brought this up and said, listen, this thing over in China is going to affect cell phones getting here. And I was like, oh, really? How, is this for real?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, it is. And, because cell phones were going to be 3 weeks out. You were talking about iPhones, for instance, being 3 weeks out, and how that would affect, I don't know what you said exactly, but something along the lines of people that are ordering new cell phones or going to the store to get cell phones, they'll have to wait.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that is kind of a big deal because people want them. But then it was along the lines of, how serious is that? What kind of impact are we going to have? And then you were like, I think it'll be pretty serious. And I was like, well, let's just see what happens in a month or two. And sure enough, 2 months later, we're talking about it. And now it's getting serious. And now almost a year later, we're like, it's real serious.
Yeah.
And it has worldwide impact. So, Joe, your Magic 8 Ball really did a good job.
Yeah, I laughed at the time when you said, Joe the Prophet says.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. I was trying to get you to do some lotto numbers, but you never did come through on those. So.
Trust me, if I could figure out the lotto numbers, I would have My weekend would have been much different.
Yeah,
Mega
yeah.
Millions and Powerball.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, what is it? I mean, it's up to at least $750,000 on both, or
I don't
$750
follow
million.
it. I don't play the lottery. I don't follow any of it.
Well, I just seen the pop-ups online. I think Mega Millions is both of them well over $500,000,000, almost $750,000,000.
Really? Oh man.
I could probably retire on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are always like, "Oh, you don't want to play when it gets real high." And I was like, "I'd be happy if I won $5. I'd be like, all right, lunch paid for. 1,000, heck yeah, pay some bills. 10,000, game changer. Pay some bills and have a little extra money to do some needed repairs on the house or whatever."
Well, I'll tell you guys right now that if I would hit the big one, the show would be completely different, and we would have a remote studio, either Florida or Hawaii, your guys' choice.
Nice. I like where your head's at, Joe. Okay. All right.
That's a pretty good extension, though. You said all the way to July.
Yeah. That's a big one. I mean, that kind of is the forecast of what people think are coming,
Yeah,
which is scary.
And with the vaccine and everything else.
Yeah.
Do you know? Have you seen any of their original content? Either of you guys?
Actually, I have not.
I can't even think of anything that they do.
I don't have it, so I don't worry about it. I don't watch TV except when Joe makes me now.
Yeah.
Now, I do know that they ruffled a few feathers there around the holidays because they had exclusive rights to the Peanuts Thanksgiving and Christmas specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they reworked that
'Cause
for PBS.
It was pretty much widely available on YouTube and stuff for a while, but then something happened to where, they kind of shut that down.
Yeah, they
Just being able to watch it for free every year, like people were used to.
yeah they've moved to their own platform, and I don't know what all their media catalog includes. I do know that they have a lot of original content, but as far as their media library, I don't know who all they have deals with as far as watching reruns and stuff like that of shows.
Well, Apple TV users. There we go. All right. Well, as we go, I mean, that's part of the deal, I guess, but we'll roll with the punches. People will make changes, and platforms will extend their viewing opportunities.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how many follow suit. Do you think this will be a coming trend where the streamers just keep pushing?
I don't think so. I think this is Apple making promises in the beginning of we're having all this great new content, original content, and that was going to be their claim to fame, and then due to COVID kind of causing them to fall short.
Well, I just wonder because your next news update is HBO Max.
Yes.
Is it the same thing by chance, like other ones following suit? But I tell you what, let's just roll right into it. So your next update, Joe.
Okay, so Warner
HBO
Media,
Max.
So Warner Media, which owns HBO Max, is extending its 20% discount on HBO Max subscriptions. So you're going to save a little over $3 a month, but here's the catch. You have to prepay for 6 months of service.
Prepay.
Yeah. So to get the discount, the 20% discount, you have to go ahead
And
and
that's nothing really new, though, right?
No, but the timeline where you have to prepay is a little steep. You have to prepay for at least 6 months.
Okay.
So the discount, it was supposed to end January 15th, but it's been extended to March 1st. And the fine print, the offer hasn't changed. You get 6 months of HBO Max for 20% off the normal cost, which is usually $90 before tax. So you'll be paying $70 with this deal, and it's like paying under $12 a month instead of $15. But the catch is you have to prepay in full, and it's non-refundable.
Wow.
Huh. Well,
so you have to prepay for 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, I subscribe to a lot, like Norton. I prepay for a year.
Yeah, but that's not $15 a month, though.
That's true. Well, okay. I don't find that startling. Is it that startling? Should I find it that startling? I mean, I'm not a big tech guy either, and you generally take care of all our stuff like that, so maybe I'm just out of that wheelhouse of knowing.
Well, compared to Netflix and Hulu and a lot of the others, HBO Max on those kind of on-demand content providers, they're a little higher
Really?
in price. Yes,
Because what's Netflix? Like $10 maybe?
10 or 12, and then
Or
like
12, yeah.
yeah, Hulu. I think you can get the cheap one for like 8 or 9.
I mean, that's still 15's not too far past. It's only $3 extra a
Right.
month.
But now I will admit,
I don't know that HBO Max carries that amount of content though.
I would have to argue with that one, Dave.
Really? Okay. I don't know because I
I-
don't watch TV, so
Well,
I'm just guessing.
I only signed up for it when we was looking for Mad Max for our other podcast. Been there, watched that,
Yeah.
and it had Mad Max on it. So I told
Gotcha.
Shane, I said, "Well, I'm willing
Boy,
to
that
pay."
was well worth the money, wasn't
Well, not for Mad Max, but that's
it?
So I signed up for it, and I said, well, let's just try it for a month, see what happens, and go from there. And it shocked me how much content is available on that service. And even right now, like they have deals with movie studios. You can watch the new Wonder Woman 1984, which was playing at the Roby.
Yeah, yeah.
HBO Max had it streaming right now.
That's crazy.
They were like, tomorrow or end of the week, it's streaming on there as well.
But won't then that's kind of worth it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then just the library of content that they have, like they have the entire library of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry. So I've actually been able to expose Sadie to the good cartoons.
Gotcha.
So that's been well worth it. I mean, she'll sit there and she'll just watch glued on that, and better than anything.
Any current content?
Yeah.
Good old Tom and Jerry.
And just
Nothing like a cat chasing a mouse around.
And Big Bang Theory, they have the entire series on there. So we've been seeing, and I've been kind of binge watching that from the beginning.
I like Big Bang Theory. That's something I would watch. That and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Well, they've pivoted a little bit then since my days when I had it, which was a year or two ago. That I don't remember ever seeing the more popular like TV shows. Like I don't remember ever seeing a Big Bang Theory type of thing being. They have all the episodes, all seasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they retooled it and moved away from just HBO and made it HBO Max, that opened the doors for them to get away with providing more content licensing and being able to show not just non-HBO material. So it's actually they've actually extended their expanded their catalog quite a bit. And I mean, there's a lot. My watch list right now is it's pretty good size. Just based off of everything that's on there.
Yeah, I like a lot of their original shows and movies and stuff that I've come across on there, but I don't currently have it, but may have to look into it again.
Yeah, man. Good luck with that. I'm not. I'm out of the TV game except when Joe makes me watch it, so. Anyway. All right, well.
Does HBO have some sort of like free version? Do they have a really like stripped down?
Well, you know, that's a good
HBO.
point. And I had a friend also ask me over the weekend at soccer. They asked me, they had HBO. Did they automatically transfer into HBO Max?
I don't know about about HBO transferring to HBO Max. That I'm not sure about, but
Because we did the show where you said there's no longer going to be the regular HBO app. It was only
Right.
Max, correct?
right.
And that's what I told him. I was like, it's only Max now. So if you had an account, it probably just moved over. But
Let me look it up here.
So, I like this. It's always nice when podcast, in a live show like this, you do research on the fly and we can answer these questions.
Yep.
That's good stuff, Joe.
Okay, according to HBOMax.com, if you have HBO through Amazon App Store, Apple, Google Play, Roku Channel Store, Samsung, has a list. It says then you have access to HBO Max at no extra cost.
Nice. Well, that's great stuff then.
Yeah, so if you have HBO subscription through your TV or internet provider, you may get access to HBO Max for no extra cost. I think it all depends on
Yeah.
what kind of agreement your cable company
Okay.
has, but pretty good chance that you can get that for free. Now, to answer your question, Justin, no, there is no free trial, and that kind of bugs me because that was one thing I dove in quite deeply before I signed up to watch Mad Max. I was wanting to see if they offered some kind of free trial, and I think they did in the beginning when they first launched, but then finally they just said, nope, it's $15 a month, 1 day, 30 days.
Done and
There
done.
you go.
If you want it, pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have to say, which I'll give a full review on that the next week or two, but
Here comes a review on Tom and Jerry.
yeah. But there is a lot more
Yeah.
content on there than what I even realized. 'Cause I just figured it'd be just chock full of old HBO movies, which I'm not complaining about. I mean,
Well, I
I'd
had
still be-
HBO, like the free stuff they give you when you do satellite TV.
right.
But it was just redundant. You know, you
Yeah.
had like 6 channels and it always played the same stuff.
Yeah, I had about the same 20 movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a plethora of content on there. So stay tuned to that review.
Nice. Okay. Well, that answers a lot of questions, and it should help people out there if you're an HBO fan, having that much content. I'm just really amazed that the 1984 Wonder Woman. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So.
Well, and they picked up the rights to Sesame Street a few years ago, so you can actually watch basically the entire library of Sesame Street too for your kids. You can show them back, back when it was the original cast.
Yeah. All right. Well, news update number 3. You got some news for us about Belkin.
Yes, so I had 2 good feel-good stories. Now I'm going to hit you with a shot of reality.
Okay.
So Belkin recalls a portable phone charger stand that could cause a fire risk.
Really?
Yes.
So
So
your house bursting into flames while you sleep. That's a bad story. I don't like the sound of that.
yeah. So Belkin wants you to stop using its portable wireless charger plus stand special edition device if you have one. The accessory maker issued a voluntary recall for the power bank / charging stand due to a manufacturing defect in the power supply unit. Belkin says the defect can cause the charger to overheat and malfunction, which means it does pose a fire and or shock hazard. So not only a fire, you could get electrocuted.
Nice. So you go to try to prevent the fire
Yeah,
and pay a different kind of price.
exactly.
Wow.
Okay.
So luckily there's been no injuries or property damage reported yet, but the company will give you a full refund to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them. Good on Belkin.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the product with the model number WIZ003 has a 10,000 milliamp hour power capacity and can wirelessly charge Qi compatible phones while docked. Belkin ensured the compatibility with iPhone 8 and later models. Apple even sold the product in its stores. So check out the Belkin website, and they have the actual list of exact numbers to check on your model number. In its announcement, Belkin stressed how important it is to stop using the device immediately and disconnect it from the power supply. And you can go on their website and request a form for a full refund through the company's website, where you'll enter your details along with the device purchase information and photos showing the product's model and serial numbers.
How much do these things cost?
If it's something like that, it's usually probably $30 plus.
Yeah. What are the odds, though? You have your receipt and all that stuff.
Well, I think it's one of those. Basically, the big thing they're looking for is the model and serial number. So if you just take a picture of the bottom of the device,
Yeah. Send it in.
that's all they basically
Like I
need.
say, man, I buy stuff like that. Receipt chucked.
So
Oh, exactly.
they've got the problem fixed now, and they're going to send you one that doesn't have that defect or a totally different model.
They're just going to give you a full refund.
Oh, okay.
So they'll either probably send you a gift card or something.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Hey, buy another Belkin product because this one was awesome.
Yeah. It was
Wonder
hot.
How serious of a shock we're talking? I mean, how much voltage are they pushing through a device like that? Or is
I'd
it just
say-
going to hurt a little bit, or actually?
I'd say it's probably full 110.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if that big, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could kind of put that out if it just gave you a little bit of a zap because people would flip out.
Right. But there'd be some ding dong that would just leave it plugged in and go and complain, every time I touch this, I get shocked.
Are you speaking from experience there, Joe?
I've dealt with people like that
yeah,
over years.
that's what I was going to say. Is there a story coming up here about this one time?
Let's just put it this way. I have dealt with customers over the years, like they bring their laptops for me to repair and bring the charger with them, and literally the only thing that's holding it together is electrical tape and a prayer. And I'm looking at them going, this will burn your house down.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it
yeah.
still works. It will burn your house down.
It's a
Well, I don't-
Griswold Christmas.
Yeah, I don't want to buy a new one. Okay, that's fine. That's your choice.
Yeah, yeah.
But don't come crying to me when your house burns down, because I warned you.
Have you used any Belkin products in the past?
Actually, I have.
It sounds familiar. I think I had
I was trying to rack my
a
brain too on
a
something I've seen that's
router, like
Belkin,
a
but
wireless router maybe or something.
ah,
I think
yeah,
I had.
yep, that sounds right. Because I've seen the name, and I know I had something of theirs, but I think you're right. I think it
I
is.
have a USB hub too, maybe. Or maybe that's probably Anchor. I don't know.
I definitely have the
brands mixed
wireless
up.
router.
Mhm.
Seen those before. I think we used them here at Patch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to use Belkin, their wireless routers, but it
I
was
was gonna say you can see the one here. What's it?
should be Netgear or TP Link.
Yeah, I think it is Netgear.
Mm-hmm.
So we made the switch. Our IT guy moved us away from things that electrocute us and catch on fire.
Well, at least in the wireless charger realm.
Yeah. All right, man, that's kind of crazy. So we haven't had our Wise talk yet.
No,
What's
we
on-
haven't.
What's on the agenda today for Wise?
I just got in over the weekend the new version 3 of the Wise Cam,
Really?
and shockingly, it's still sitting in its box.
Yeah.
So I have that one to test with.
You know what? I gotta tell you, I got a Wise Cam as well.
So what do you think?
It's still sitting in its box as well.
Now, Justin did get to see something I don't think you've seen, Dave. Justin stopped by the office
Yeah.
on Friday.
I had a little field trip over to A&M Digital Technology office, and yeah, he showed me that cool lock they've got.
Yeah, I've seen it.
When you told me that for whatever reason, if I had to go pick something up, you could program it for a one-time code, so I could go in, grab something, and leave, and that code would be used only once. I thought that was a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about it. Is if if I'm not home and somebody needs to pick something up or whatever, I could just let them in if I so choose, and then
Mhm.
once they get out. Now keep in mind that once you walk in the door, I have a Wise Cam recording you,
Yeah.
so.
Looking around, put a couple things under my shirt.
No, I had the pan cam, so it will follow you.
Yeah. Yeah, and you said you got the different access codes for different people, so that you can kind of keep tabs on, just know that who's coming and going too.
Right.
So, unique codes for everybody.
Yeah, I love it. Just I don't have to fool with keys.
Oh man, I do miss that. My new house has an older style lock, like a 1960,
Yeah.
and
Is it a deadbolt?
it's weird. It's a deadbolt, but your outside key opens both the door and the deadbolt at once.
Okay.
So it's got the lock up high that you put the key in,
Yeah.
and then it's got a handle with a push button, old style push button,
Uh-huh.
and it's got the buttons that turn the lock on and off or inside on the door frame area. Little push button. So
Okay.
you push top button, locks it, push the bottom button, and it clicks whatever and unlocks it. Which took me a week to figure out. For a while, I was just like, man, the door is locked all the time.
Yeah.
Surely that's not the case. But then on the door, the skinny part of the door that goes in against the door frame, that's where the little buttons are.
So, do you think since the Wise uses your existing lock on the outside, do you think you could replace it with the new lock?
No, I definitely cannot.
Not even just the crank part on the inside, because it uses your normal guts.
These guts, I think, are old.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't taken it apart to look at it, but I don't think that's how it'll work.
Okay.
So we talked about leaving the door unlocked and adding a deadbolt just for that.
Okay.
So it would work in its own deadbolt, but the rest of the door would be unlocked all the time.
Well, there you go. Then you could use the Wise lock on that.
Right. But then
There
the
you
door
go.
would be unlocked and the Wise lock. So I got the. I was looking on my Amazon account here. I got the Wise through that, and I got the Wise outdoor camera starter bundle.
Ooh.
Is that
I
that deal?
definitely want to hear a review on that, Dave.
I'm looking to see. It doesn't say whether it's 3 or 2 though.
I'm going to say probably 2. If it's a starter bundle, it's either 1 or maybe 2 outdoor cams.
It's 1 cam, but it comes with a little base.
Okay.
Let me see here. Surely it'd say. Doesn't say whether it's 2 or 3. I don't even know.
Yeah, if it's a starter bundle, it's probably just the camera and the
It's a little mounting base.
little access point for it.
Yeah.
Wonder if Wise or other smart lock companies will do something where you don't even need a code; it just senses your phone as you're coming up. Or...
Wise does that.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has
there you
Justin.
geofencing, where when you come home, as soon as your phone connects to Wi-Fi, you can have it set up to automatically unlock a door. So before you walk up to the door, it unlocks you.
Beautiful. I like it.
So my question is, like, so then you got to have your Wi-Fi on all the time, or get out your phone and turn the Wi-Fi on, and when you get home. I don't know. That's it. I only turn my Wi-Fi on when I want to use Wi-Fi. Does that make sense? Otherwise, I leave it off all the time.
Right.
Because I
Save
assume it
battery?
drains your battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most people don't do that. They just leave it. They leave the house and it stays turned on, and they don't give it any thought to turning the Wi-Fi off and on.
Huh.
See,
How much battery do you think it drains leaving your Wi-Fi on?
It would drain. It all depends on the phone and the battery and the life of the battery and all that, but it will do a drain because if it's looking for Wi-Fi, what it does is it kicks its antenna on full max,
Right.
trying to search for a signal. So it will use more battery life than just being connected to Wi-Fi because it's sitting there just constantly searching for a signal.
That's why I turned mine off. So. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I looked up here real quick. How fast it drained the battery, but didn't really say.
I mean, it's not a huge drain. I mean, you're talking probably over time, you could probably see maybe an hour or two difference leaving the Wi-Fi on versus off. I mean, it's not a huge.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that makes me wonder about stuff like that, because I'm kind of just like, do I have to have it?
Right.
And then if you get something like that, the code punch in, which you can get with the Wise Cam,
Yes.
or with the Wise Lock.
Yes.
That would make it so much. That to me in my head, that's so much simpler than turning your Wi-Fi on and waiting for it to connect and blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I love.
If that makes sense.
That's what I love at night. I walk up to the office, and of course my Arlo light kicks on automatically, so I have plenty of light going up to the stairs, and then the keypad itself lights up. So if I start punching in my code, I can see it, and I don't have to fool with keys, and it just works.
Oh, I have a code entry like a Schmidt lock or whatever it is. I've had those for years, probably 8 or 9 years, and I love them. Nobody needs a key. It's awesome.
Right.
So, yeah, okay. All right, well, anyway, we've rolled right out of our Belkin fire hazard deal into our typical Wise talk.
Now, just keep in mind, full disclaimer, Wise is not a sponsor of this show, but if Wise would like to sponsor us, we would be more than happy to do so, and we don't...
You know, the crazy part is I don't think they have to because we talk about them every show anyway.
Exactly, and we don't have to... It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. If they want to send us product, we would absolutely love... We will send you our wish list,
Yeah.
and if Wise, you guys can make that happen, we would be
Wish
forever
list,
grateful.
just send something. That'd make me happy.
Now, hold on, guys. I want to make sure we all get something we don't already have.
I only have one camera, so you know. And
that's
Justin
how-
doesn't have anything.
Well, that's how it starts. I started with one camera, and you see where I'm at now. I'm like neck deep in it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Justin's the only holdout here, so we really got to get Justin hooked up here.
Well, Justin's a tech guy, but he lives on a farm, so I don't know that goes hand in hand. What do you think, Justin? Are you looking to upgrade your farm to technology, or?
If you don't have Wi-Fi going, some of these things.
Oh yeah, you don't have Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Almost seems like they would almost not work without Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like the thermostat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd like to have the thermostat.
Yeah, Justin got to see the thermostat last week.
Yeah.
Not the one out at the house, but I had the one I'm going to install at the office. I had it sitting up there, so he got to check it out.
Why don't I have the thermostat, Joe? What's the hold up here, buddy?
Because you didn't order it.
It's pre-order again. Come on. Ships in February.
You've got a screen amplifier though. That's nice.
Yeah, but it's not Wise, though.
Yeah.
It's not that nice. All right, so you're saying product review time, Justin? Is that
Yeah,
right?
I got to keep us on track. You know,
Yeah,
that's my
I
role
got you.
here.
All right.
Sometimes I totally forget to.
You're sitting there ragging your brain. How can I get this Wise stuff to work without Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
What do I got to do to get Wi-Fi? Time out. That's a good point. What can he do to get Wi-Fi? I wonder if Usenet would work.
Or
Well-
like a hotspot. That
Yeah, see,
could do a hotspot.
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
yes, if you had a
man.
cell phone signal at your house now.
If you had a hotspot,
We're not-
though, boy,
it's not a very hot spot out there as far as signal.
well,
goes,
you'd burn up a hotspot
Yeah.
quick.
Well, unless you could get one with unlimited data, then it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Huh. Anyway. All right. I get those HughesNet envelopes, and I got a friend that does HughesNet, so I'll have him.
Okay.
I'll give him your information. How about that?
All right.
He can have his salesman just call you 20 times a day
Yep.
until you buckle under.
Yeah.
You will take it. You will enjoy it.
Yeah. You need this.
Yeah. Does HughesNet have a decent reputation around? They've been around for a while in this area.
I've been around a long time. I don't know what the reputation's like, but I
Well,
talked to
it's-
him, and he's like a big time dealer in Ohio, and covers most of West Virginia. And I was like, man, HughesNet has a rough reputation. Doesn't really work. And he's like, no, people just try to use it for the wrong thing. He's like, if you have satellite TV or you have, already have cable coming through, then yeah, we're not competing against that. We're for the people that don't have anything and want something.
Now, I will have to argue with that statement based on my customers, what
Yeah.
I've seen them do it over the years.
Right.
It's about like regular satellite television. When dealing with satellite in the hills of West Virginia,
Oh, yeah.
it's like
Tough to
oil,
do, yeah.
it's like oil and water. So
And he kind of said too, his second point was it has to be installed correctly.
yes,
He said it's a satellite signal, so the more accurate the satellite is aimed, the better it does. And he said if they have, if you get a crappy installer, and he said he's very particular about his installers. But he said if you get a crappy one, they don't install right. He said it'd be just like you're saying, direct TV, dish, whatever. He goes, it's all going to be the same.
Yeah.
Your signal's only going to be as good as your satellite
Installer.
is aimed.
right.
So
Yes.
they're very particular about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to people that absolutely love it, and they say it's a great alternative to
Yeah.
DSL or cable. But then I've had some customers that just basically do everything but cuss the ground they walk on.
Oh yeah. Well, and he said people try to use it for what it can't do.
Right.
He said they make that very clear. He makes his salesmen make it very clear. This is, if you have nothing else, you need an alternative,
Yeah.
but you can't sit there and stream. He was giving me an example. You can't have a kid playing video games wide open and downloading a movie and someone else watching
Yeah.
TV at the same time and expect it to all be glitch free and no lag.
Right.
He's like, you can only carry so much satellite signal.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, but at my house with Frontier,
Yeah.
I can either go on the internet or I can go on Netflix. I can't do it both at the same time.
Right,
So
right.
actually, HughesNet would actually be an upgrade.
Might be better. Well, you know what? When I give him Justin's info, I'll give him yours too. You're
well,
welcome.
Dave,
You are
literally the
welcome.
only reason I've not pulled the trigger on HughesNet over the years is because of the data cap. That's the only thing that's stopped me.
I'll tell you what. Let me.
So wait, there's a hard ceiling on
Yes.
no matter how much you want to pay, they're going to cap you at something.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like the future everything will be unlimited
Well,
because it seems
because that's the thing.
crazy.
Because a lot of them they'll even do like temporary advertisements for unlimited. But if you read the fine print, there's a data cap somewhere, and either they will, and most of the time they'll like throttle you down to nothing, or they'll monkey with it. So it's just like, nah, Frontier isn't great or ideal, but at least I know what I'm getting, and I don't have to worry about them throttling because you can't throttle any worse than what it's already at.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of hotspots, I used to use one for work, and it was super handy in some of these courthouses in random counties throughout the state. And
I just sent him a message to see if there's a way around that data cap.
Okay.
And,
Typically there's not, but you never know.
Yeah. I mean, he owns it, so he
I
owns
went
his
for
division.
a
Maybe we'll
plan
work
that-
some magic for you, Joe.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, but I'm only paying $10 a month for Frontier, so I can't really complain. Although
Yeah.
the only reason I'm paying that is because of the lawsuit against West Virginia, state of West Virginia.
Oh
so.
yeah. All right. Well, let's
I had
let's
like a data, basically a hotspot that became unusable once you switched to an unlimited data plan, which is a little.
That was the gotcha they hit
Which
you
I
with.
didn't realize would happen once I made that switch from so many gigs a month over to unlimited. They said, "Oh, you can't use your hotspot anymore," because I guess
they don't let
they're
you.
afraid
Yeah.
of somebody just going on and downloading everything on the
Well,
internet.
I'll be honest with you. I have one of the last plans. I have the very last plan that they let you have unlimited hotspot, and I've kept it for like 10
Crazy.
years.
Yeah.
Because back
I don't know what they're so
10
worried
years
about.
ago, they let me, the hotspot was unlimited data. And I have kept that plan. I have not changed my plan in 10 years, literally, with AT&T, and I have that unlimited hotspot still.
Well, and with all the carriers, you have to be very careful. You have to read the fine print on all this stuff because they make it a moving target.
Yeah.
On what you can do today, if you go in tomorrow, may be totally different. And I've sit and studied on T-Mobile since we're Sprint customers and moved over to T-Mobile.
Right.
Right now, Cena and I, we have unlimited talk, text, and data.
Yep.
And 50 gig hotspot on each of our phones. So I've been checking T-Mobile's business website, and the best they can do is unlimited talk, text, and data, but like 5 gig of hotspot per device,
Yeah.
plus no Tidal or Hulu included. I was like, yep, definitely not going to monkey with my account anytime soon at this point.
Yeah.
So I see, Dave, that you are actually unboxing.
Yeah, I was going to leave it in the box and kind of unbox it, but I think it'd be awkward. So I went ahead and moved it.
Product review. This is a very popular segment.
Yeah. See if I can get what I can get going on here. Okay, so I have, which Joe, you lent me, a curved phone HD screen amplifier.
And
Makes your phone screen 2 to 3 times bigger, but eye protection.
Yeah,
And that's exactly how it's worded. 2 to 3 times bigger screen, but eye protection. High quality and anti-broken. Easy to use. So I'm going to put this up in front of the camera here.
Yeah, now this was one of my Prime Day specials that I grabbed that I just never got a chance to.
And let me tell you, you did a fantastic job, Joe.
Hey,
Nothing like broken English on the thing. You can
well,
see there.
hey, you should just be grateful that I gave you something that had all the pieces with it.
You know, I got to say, this is a first. I
Yeah.
received all the pieces new in the box.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going
It's
to
making me dizzy looking at it.
hold this up there. You can kind of see I put the weather on.
Wow.
But so it's a little deal. It just holds your phone. It's got a sticky back to it, and it's got a little holder. It holds your phone in. It's curved, and it definitely amplifies it. It makes it bigger for sure. Justin, I'll let you have it there. You can kind of look at it. And Joe, I am impressed. I got the box. I got it in bubble wrap. It came with all the pieces, and I was able to use it, and I borrowed it for a week and a half.
Yeah, so see.
Okay. I think there's a reason for that.
I was going to say, we haven't got to the review, so I'm anxious to hear. And full disclosure, I have not used this. This was actually sitting in the office
Yeah.
when you stopped out. I was like, oh, Dave needs to try this.
Yeah.
So,
And I haven't been watching TV, and that was one of my things. I was like, I don't watch TV, so.
So right now the phone is sitting sideways. Can you do it up and down too, or no? Is it just
I don't know. I don't try that out. I didn't try it out. I've used this a couple of times just to kind of watch some YouTube videos and stuff like that, just for kicks, just to use it. Honestly. So here's what I'll say. I don't know how much it was. Do you know the price, Joe?
yeah, I'm looking it up right now. So
I mean, it's.
I bought it on Prime Day, so it was on sale.
I'd say it's kind of like cheap plastic.
Oh yeah, it seems pretty.
So it's kind of flimsy, but I mean, what are you doing with it other
I
than
paid-
set your phone on it?
On Prime Day, I paid less than $10 for it.
Okay. So
I messed with it a little bit. I don't see a way to turn your phone upright and use
Yeah.
it, but
I don't think you can. Okay, I see now. So I'm going to show the back of it here. You can see the little suction cups. So your phone suction cups to this back plate, and it's got little ridges. I'm trying to show those. You can see the little ridges that your phone sits down in. So it holds it nice and steady, which is nice. So you can move it around, and it just amplifies. It's a little curved screen. There you go. And then it folds up really nice. So you push the back in and fold it up, so it's really thin and easy. You can see the suction cups there
yeah.
on the underside. So pretty neat little deal. I mean, nothing flashy, but it does make your screen. I looked at it and I kind of gauged it last night, and I was like, yeah, probably 3 times bigger. Now, you were talking, Joe, it had a picture online where it showed like 8 people watching.
Yes, I have to show you guys this.
Yeah.
So it has 4 categories.
Hold on,
of
I can do the camera behind you.
Okay. So it has 4 types of people that this is gauged toward.
So it's the camera directly up above your left shoulder. If you want to tilt your screen up just a little.
Okay. It's for the movie lover.
That took the sheens too much. Go ahead and bring it back down. Okay.
Okay, so it's for the... I'll show you guys. It's for the movie lover,
Yeah.
the
I'll-
aged. I like how they don't say
The
older
aged.
people, it's the aged.
Yeah. I wonder if I fit in that category.
And the passionate traveler and children.
Yeah, I don't. It seems so weird. Now that I've seen it in place, I don't know how the passionate traveler plays into it.
I don't either. Well, I don't understand how the movie lover, 5 people can crowd around. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a nice screen, but guys,
There is no way.
nothing personal, but I just don't see the 3 of us sitting together and watching a movie on it.
It doesn't have that I'm trying to set it back up here so I can look, because the one thing I didn't do, and I'm going to do real quick, is see what kind of angles, because I just watched it the way it was.
Right, straight on.
Straight on, but I wonder. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I'm more than, if I lean just 5 or 6 inches one way or the other, let me see if I can see this.
Yeah, based on the picture, like if you watch a movie with that thing, it makes you want to like cheer and jump around too.
Yeah, makes it move. That's what we didn't do with Mad Max, guys. We didn't watch it on this. I guarantee it should have made it
improved
much
the
better.
quality. So you can see, like there, it's magnified, but as soon as I turn, it goes out, and I'm only turning it a couple inches. So it immediately, I thought maybe the curved nature was for view, but I think that's for the magnification.
Now, here's what I think is hilarious. On one of the listing pictures, it shows widely used, and it has different sizes of phone. And then on the far right, it has the Nintendo Switch. Guys, the Nintendo Switch comes with adapter plugs straight into a TV. So why would I use?
Yeah.
Why would I take a 6-inch screen amplified to 12 when I can take a 6-inch screen amplified to 40, 50, 60 inches?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it did what it's supposed to. It magnified it so that one, maybe 2 people can watch it. I could kind of see it if you were going camping and you wanted to watch TV and 2 people were in sleeping bags laying close together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you had to do that. But, I mean, honestly, if you're going camping to watch TV, that's kind of a misnomer anyway. You know? But,
right.
I mean, I could see it, though, if you just said, well, I just have to watch my shows while I'm camping, and you had 2 of you.
Yep.
Might work in that situation. Easy to pack, easy to use, magnifies it, makes it easy to see. It does have a glare because of the plastic with the kind of,
The way it's curved.
well, that and the design in it, because it's kind of got little ridges that help magnify it and help cut the glare. But you know, that's a little, you can tell it takes the picture out of clear just a little bit.
Yeah.
But it does magnify it 2 or 3 times. It's easy to use, simple, it's light. So, okay. That's my take.
For the aged, they could probably take something like that and hold it up to a book or a newspaper or something if there's a real little fine so they could read that.
I mean, maybe.
Not only the age,
It
but
could help the aged.
Yeah, age and elderly too.
You know, let me take a paper here and put my... you know what? It does work as a magnifying glass. I mean, I got a paper about 12 inches behind it, and yeah, it magnifies it.
All right.
Essentially, it's a magnifying glass.
So, Dave, the pros.
Okay. Pros. Cheap, easy, folds up nice, light.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could break it, but not really. I mean, you could because it's cheap plastic, but
Right.
you'd have to go out of your way to break it.
Right.
Folds up nice and flat. And $10 or under, if you're into that kind of thing, if you watch your phone a lot, yeah, okay. You know, I can see that.
And the cons.
Cheap, flimsy, probably pretty easy. Like, I wouldn't give this to a kid.
Right.
You know, my teenager would break this in like 10 minutes. They'd be like, I don't know what happened, it broke. But they'd bend it the wrong way or try to fight to get their phone in there. So I don't think it's for little kids.
Right.
Now, if you had a little kid that could not touch anything, but I mean, who has that?
Right.
Maybe. It doesn't give you a wide range of view. Like I said, if you lean one way or another, the picture goes right out of the screen. And you can see the curve, and you can see the glare. And you can tell that the screen is not smooth. So, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. And I will say this, though. Man, for $10 or under, though, if you watch your phone a lot, I mean, it might be a home run.
Well, now, here's something that I'm going to throw a curveball at you. According to Amazon's website, you know how the prices fluctuate.
Right?
It has been as high as $17.99.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't pay $20 for it.
Doesn't seem like the stand that holds the phone in there is very good. It's just kind of
Yeah,
a
that's
piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Flips up. Not very secure. Just looking at it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the listing. So it has like a bunch of little suction cups on the back to hold the phone in.
Yeah.
place. Yeah, see.
Those work pretty good, actually.
Do they?
At first, because I didn't really look at it. I was using it in the evening.
Yeah.
And I just put my phone in there and kind of stuck, and I was like, sticky. And I thought it was like a sticky pad.
Yeah.
like rubber sticky
Yeah,
things.
that's what I thought
And I was
it'd
like,
be.
man, those are going to go bad in a hurry because they'll get all dirty and they won't stick after a while.
Right.
But then I looked at it closely and I was like, suction cups, not bad. And they actually, you can, they're soft, they're really soft and pliable, so they actually, do a good job.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So
Anyway.
thumbs up, thumbs down, 5-star rating. How you
Oh,
on, Dave?
gosh. Yeah, I mean, I like it a lot better, Joe, because I feel like you're more thorough when you do product reviews, so it makes me feel like I'm not doing a very good job at this, but because I'm kind of middle of the road, so I would say 3 out of 5 stars. It's tough, so let me ask your opinion. When you review products, Joe, if it does what it's supposed to do, how much weight does that carry? Because that's what this does. It does what it's supposed to do. And by golly, for $10, if you watch your phone a lot, how do you beat it for $10?
Well, Dave, based off of what you're telling me, this would be right in. It's falling right in line where I would say it'd probably be on price on the review.
Right.
The price point plays a big factor.
Right.
Doing as advertised,
Yep.
although it does.
I mean, it does, and you can't have 6 people watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, although the advertisement does show 5 people sitting on a couch, so I don't
And
know
we
how
have
much-
no idea what the aged means.
Yeah.
Although, for my mom, I could kind of see that because she uses her phone quite a bit.
Yeah.
The age kind of makes sense to me now because I think in terms of her, if she was on her phone and wanted something bigger, magnified, then yeah, that would probably be okay for her.
Right.
This is maybe kind of aimed at someone who wished they had a tablet. Or like
That's what yes. Good call, Justin. If you watch your phone that much, if you watch your phone that much, get you a tablet or a laptop. But I guess if you couldn't afford it for $10,
$10
problem solved.
tablet. Now I've got a tablet.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm kind of torn because I don't know. I feel like it's a 1950 idea. Tried to adapt to a 2020 concept.
Right.
So it does do that, but I don't know. We're spoiled. I'm spoiled. Because I would just say, get your laptop out. And that's what I do. Like when you assign me stuff to watch,
Right.
I just pull my laptop out. I don't try to fight with my phone.
Right.
It's so much so that the last link someone sent me is like, hey, check out this Animoto video for work. I just sent it to them in Messenger and then pulled it up on my laptop out of Messenger. Just because I wasn't watching it on my phone. I was like, this is something I want to look at, study.
Right.
So I want the laptop for that.
Right.
So I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yes. Makes perfect sense.
So based on all that stuff, Joe, you're welcome to me doing a product review. I make it convoluted.
I'm impressed, Dave. Honestly, your review doesn't fall too far off the scale with Amazon because Amazon, based off of 2,099 reviews on this particular model,
right,
it ranks 3.5 stars.
Okay, I would say that's pretty accurate. I mean, the big downside is flimsiness.
Yeah,
it could. And I'll hold it up here for the camera again. It's not bad as far as it's going to fall apart immediately, but it's got the plastic hinges. They're just one of those things that would snap right out of place the first time you tried to lift it awkwardly, and it's got the same small hinges back here. I mean, it's not bad. For $10 though, I mean, what do you expect? It's got 3 moving parts and some suction cups, so you're getting a lot for $10.
Right. So yeah, it's not a complete flop, but
no. It's just
But
if I gave it to my kid, they'd use it a couple weeks and break it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But actually, if I gave it to my mom, she'd probably use it a couple weeks and break it. But that's just her. So
right.
But to the average person, if you were careful with it, you used it. There's applications you could use it. But I kind of see it more as traveling.
Yeah.
If you go somewhere and you don't have your laptop or whatever,
Not
and
something you'd use at your house all that much.
because I have a laptop, so I would use my laptop. So that would make this irrelevant.
I would see it being a perfect option on like an airplane.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
much easier to use, unfold that thing in full width than
Than a laptop.
Even a full size tablet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or if you're in a car and you didn't want to get your tablet out and start it up and all that stuff,
Right.
that'd be easy to use.
Right.
Or if you're backpacking and you don't pack a laptop,
Right.
but you want to, say you're backpacking on the weekend and something's coming out on Saturday, NASCAR race or whatever, you just have to watch it.
Right.
Perfect.
Yep.
Light. If it breaks, if it gets wet, no big deal.
Right.
Yeah, if you said you can't see it from the side, that'd keep the guy next to you on the plane from sitting there and watching your movie with you. The
Yeah.
thing people do, they'll lean over and try to watch what you're watching.
Yeah.
So, get out of here. You can't see it anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
This is for me only.
Okay. Well, you guys. So yeah, I'd say three
Okay.
stars. You know, thumbs up.
Decent.
Does what it's supposed to do. You know, fits in a certain niche.
Yep.
Great price point. The cons are things that you wouldn't buy it if you had those cons.
Right.
So, or had those issues.
Right.
So yeah, there you go.
All right. Great review, Dave.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Joe, if anybody has any questions about the Apple TV, the HBO Max, the Belkin thing, or this product review, because just because, Joe, how do they get a hold of you? If someone just has to, if you're an aged person out
Yeah.
there,
And we don't know what that age is, but if you feel like you're aged,
and the people that look on the picture don't look very aged. I mean, they look like my age, 40s. Maybe I'm aged. I don't know. Just don't know. Anyway, if they need to get a hold of you, Joe, how do they get a hold of you?
you give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at AM Digital Tech for all that.
Okay. Well, this has been our show. This is David. You've been listening to Help Desk with Joe, and this is show 46. We're over kind of the magic 45, and we'll go on to 50 here in a couple weeks. And we have with us Justin, as always. And stay tuned in for more podcasts, music, news, updates from our Patch students and our Patch Community and Children First here on Patch Turned Up. And also, if you're watching on Facebook, thanks for watching our Facebook Live show. We'll be back with more next week, where Joe and A&M Digital Technologies powers our community here. So make sure you shop local. Check in with Joe and Cena. And if you see Justin out and about on one of his runs or Rome County activities, join him for that as well. So we've got a lot of good stuff going on here in our small community, and A&M Digital Technologies doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Joe, Justin, thank you very much. Great show.
We'll see you then.